Forex talking, and today I have prepared this lesson in English version, and I will prepare also for Swahili version. But today we are going to talk about the main 6 best Forex traders techniques. I mean techniques which are used by the best Forex traders. We call them pro traders, professional traders. And today I'm going to discuss these things which are very, very important. And the problem is most of the Forex traders, they know a lot of things, but the problem comes to the implementation and all this, just because it is very difficult for most of the people to control their emotion. So let me go direct to the first point, that is trading plan. Trading plan is whereby now every day you must have a number of pips that you think at the end of the day you're going to earn. So for example, if you think maybe my strategies can earn up to 200 pips per day, that is your trading plan. But also in your trading plan, you have to make sure that already you have a trading system whereby you're going to have a main strategy that you're going to use per each trade, or some tricks that you're going to use in each trade you put. So make sure that you have a trading plan, making sure that per day maybe I want to have only 100 pips, or per day I need to have only $20 or $100. If I reach that amount, that means that that is the end of my trading on that day. So that is what we call a trading plan, and this will help you to control your emotions, because sometimes when you find that most of your orders or your trades that you were doing, you find that most of the orders were correct. Maybe you made like 10 orders, and then let's say 9 orders were correct and only 1 order was wrong. This will make you like being lazy, because you'll be thinking of only that I think today I'm lucky, so let me now increase this lot size so that I can make a lot of pips. And that is the main reason why most of the people fail in Forex market. So that is the first thing that you have to know. The second thing that you have to know is about trading journal. What is trading journal? Trading journal is whereby now you're going to have a special book where you can write your records. Okay, so trading journal is like an exercise book or any kind of paper that you can use to record your trades. For example, if today you are trading Euro USD, you have to make sure that you write that pair, and then you put which strategy you used. Okay, and then at the end you have to write how many pips you made, or how many pips were lost. So that is what you have to write in your trading journal, knowing that this is very helpful. This is very, very important, because it is going to tell you that the accuracy of this strategy is at this quantity, but the strategy that you are using in trading index or commodities or any kind of financial market is how much is it correct. Okay, so the accuracy of your strategy also will be determined by the trading journal. But also the important of trading journal is that you're going to know days which are more profitable for you, days which are more profitable for you from that trading journal. So through that trading journal you can learn a lot of things. Another thing is that through that trading journal, where you'll be recording the pairs or the index or the commodities, you're going to learn another thing that is very important, and that is which pairs are more productive to you. You're going to learn something that is very crucial, the behavior of various pairs. If you find maybe most of time when you're trading maybe gold, you find most of the time you're losing, then you have to sit down and think, interpret, why am I losing when I'm trading this gold, this commodity. So you have to think that way. So the second thing that most of the professional traders do is having the trading journal. My friends, this is just very easy, and by just talking, by just speaking, but most of the traders fail to prepare this trading journal, and that is the reason why they cannot even assess themselves when it comes to the point whereby you have to start thinking what has gone wrong and what should I do so that I can have more profits in my trade. So that was the second point. The third point that is very crucial is back testing. This is where now you find maybe you've been studying in the internet, or you've been taught by your mentor. Okay, so after being taught, what comes in the mind of most of the traders, they think of going direct to the utilization of the strategy that they have been taught. And that is the problem, because if you just go direct applying that strategy, you have not done something that is known as back testing. So in back testing is whereby now you have to use the demo account, or you can use a real account, but you can use a real account if you're a professional, you've been already trading most of time. But if you're a beginner, you can use a live center account, or you can use just a demo account, whereby now you have to do back test. So you put your orders there, then you write the result in your trading journal, then you can check after 1 week, you can see the result. How much did I make? How many pips did I make? If I made only 50 pips, and I lost about I lose about maybe 100 pips, that is the loss. Okay, 100 minus 50, that is 50 pips loss. So you have to think, you have to back test in that way. So you will see this is strategy I think I have been taught, but I see most of these pairs are not very sensitive to it, so I have to change. So the next week again you back test that strategy, then you will see. If you see it is not applicable, at the end of the day you have to leave it. Okay, so most of the traders fail because they just go directly to the application of that strategy without doing what we call back testing. So when you back test something, when you back test your trading system, that is where now you're going to see the paramount of doing research. Okay, backtesting is like doing research, because you'll be trying to see the effectiveness of that strategy. So that is something that is very important to the traders, especially when it comes to the when you want to improve in your trading. The first thing that is very important too is trading with trends. Most of the time I tell my friends, I tell my students that trade with trends. There is a say that always, it has been used by most of the traders since those years, and today we are still using it. It is applicable too, that trend is your friend. Okay, trend is your friend. Trend is your friend. That means that if you have an uptrend, that means that the best choice that you have opportunity is to buy. If you have a downtrend, the best choice that you have is to sell. So you have just to look that is it a good opportunity to buy or to sell. That is the meaning of trend is your friend. But also sometimes it coincides with what we call the multiple time frame analysis. So there are things which depends on each other. So you have to do multiple time frame analysis, and then but also remembering trend is your friend. So you have to check on the major time frame. The larger the time frame, we believe the better the results, or the accuracy is more higher than in lower time frames. That's why I don't advise people to trade in 1 minute or 5 minutes. You can start with 15 minutes, one of the most useful also a time frame that is used in market makers method. We use it in 11 am strategy and other kind of strategies which we have been using. So one of my friend asked me that today I think morning, he asked me, do you think I'm worried. Is the beginner, I think, asking me, I'm worried, brother. Maybe I can start this business. Then you find you have deposited your money. At the end of the day, you find the market has stopped. Okay, so the market has been eradicated. I said, no, it is impossible for this market to be eradicated, because if you find most of the strategies like area 12 theory, they are very, they were made with those guys back in the days 1930s, you see. So it is more than 70 years, but still the market is still learning. So don't think about maybe one day this market will be closed and all that. That is not true, my friend, because saying that forex has been closed, it means that the whole world, all countries and on earth are using just a single currency, and that is impossible, because each country wants to dominate. It wants to have a power. Okay, so if you just come in Tanzania, for example, and you start commanding, or you have to use dollars, I think that is impossible, because we must have that kind of exchange, and having various currencies, it is the issue that is more economical. Okay, that's why there is the difference between America and Tanzania. There is a difference between Japan and China in terms of economy, and one of the factors that we always look is the currency. That's why we will never have the same just a single currency. Saying that we have a single currency, to mean that the level of economy is the same throughout the world, and that is impossible in this kind of world. So let me go to the fifth point that is very important too, that is consistently seek knowledge. I always tell my friends and my students that once a forex trader, always a student. So when you just agree that when you're committed, that I will start now trading, I will start this business of forex, make sure that in your mind, once you're a forex trader, you'll always be a student. So we don't stop studying. So once forex trader, always a student. So keep on seeking knowledge, keep on asking people, interacting with other people's traders in the various countries, so that you can learn a lot of strategies, a lot of concepts that will help you. And I told you one day that one of the best things that is very crucial in forex trading is what we call experience. And experience will teach you a lot of things. It will teach you about the behaviors of the currency pairs. It will teach you of various financial markets. It will teach you on how now you can risk, and you can have a good risk management skills. So having that mindset, believing that you'll always be studying, seeking knowledge, will make you a lot of pips. The last thing that is very crucial in forex trading is spending time studying. And most of the people forgets about this, because most of people think maybe in forex trading what you need just to know how you can buy and sell, but forex is more than that. Okay, so most of time people forget that when you have the mindset saying that my cup is full, as what Kiyosaki said, you will never succeed. So you have to make sure that every day you are thirst of knowledge, thinking that this knowledge is not enough, I have to look for another knowledge. And that is the only way you can succeed in forex trading. If you don't do that, that means you'll never succeed, because you will be just remaining at the same position, and your friends will be moving, because they are learning a lot of things every day. They are getting new materials, they are having they are getting more friends, more strategies, and more concepts, which are very, very influential in the forex market. And that's why I advise you to make sure that you start, you make sure that you know a lot of things in the forex market. That is the only way you will succeed. But don't forget about risky management skills, because if you are trading with one lot size without knowing that your account does not allow that amount of that that amount of lot size, that means you will be in one day you will grow your account. So that is the only way that you will succeed. So make sure you follow those 6 principles, whereby most of the forex traders who are pros, they normally use this kind of techniques. So this was a special video for those who wanted an English version video, and this was officially announced yesterday through my Instagram page, and I'll be using English version but also Swahili version. So I'll be making 2 videos per one concept that I will want to teach you here in my YouTube channel. But also I remind you guys that the VIP chat room is still alive, so you can just join by contact me through that number or that email you can see on your screen, so that you can be taught those things which I told you. I mean, having how we learning the chart analysis, having strategies clarification, asking your questions, but I will answer there. But also, if you want to open your Lily accounts through various brokers, I'll be there on weekends helping you. So make sure you join that group and you'll have a lot of fun. But also I will teach you some strategies which are very essential.